Welcome back, YouTube. Just thought I would catch everyone up on what we're doing. We leveled ourselves a support a few days ago, and so I'm just going to go over how I leveled a support, because I got asked that question a bunch. But the real question is, what tab did I put all my leveling stuff in? Wait for it. It's around here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Okay, so I leveled a support on my own because I didn't have someone to level with, and I wasn't going to wait for someone to level with. So a few things came out as very important. I used a pair of fossil crafted gloves that I covered in another video that were level 1 required, so I could put them on immediately. I used a sacrificial heart, and I used one Paraxis ring, and I leveled the entire way with Stormbrand, which, by the way, is still really, really good. Now, two things seem to have changed with Stormbrand. One, when they lowered the area on it, it seems as if, and I have no proof of this, just anecdotal evidence from playing it, it seems as if Conk Effect now lowers the brand attachment range. So don't use it. It won't jump. It feels really bad with Conk Effect in. Also, people have been using Chain in the setup, and then what happens is Stormbrand attaches to an enemy, it chains out and kills something it could have reached, kills that, and then can't attach to the next mob that's further away. So Chain looks like it gives you faster clear because you see more mobs die instantly, but if you don't have Chain in, things will be inside the attachment range more often, and it will just jump to mob to mob to mob. And that will happen just as you continue running. So don't use Chain, don't use Conk Effect, and now it feels way better. The single target is insanely good now. It got buffed single target. I didn't even find myself needing a lightning spire trap, which I had. I set one up because I'd leveled before like that, and I was like, I'll need this. Almost never used it. Stormbrand carried everything. Other than that, I just had rare gear, life, and resistances. That was it. I ended up leveling with a gull because they're really fun to level with and super underappreciated as a unique. Super fun to level with. Lots of chunky life, good amount of energy shield, and those shrines are insane. And that was it. I ended up putting a Heartbreaker on eventually, just because it had spell damage and was like 1 alch, and I was like, yeah, that's spell damage, that'll do. I've already got enough flat from that and that, so that's fine. So yeah, we leveled a Stormbrand the whole way up until about level 72, and then we respec'd into support. Now let's go over my support. So you'll notice I've got easy 10k ES. I will point out that this is probably more of a hardcore setup, and that on softcore I would be more inclined to go Scion because I could fit in another 2 auras that way, but let's go over it anyway. So we've got a Shavs, didn't need to be linked at all. I've got Elemental Weakness GMP Curse on hit Ball Lightning, so now I can curse stuff. I could easily drop the GMP and only be able to curse bosses. That's pretty much all the use it is anyway, but I don't really have anything else to put in that slot right now because I'm using all of my mana and all of my life. So we got Shield Charge, faster attacks, Vigilant Strike and Ancestral Call, which goes with the Vigil Jewel, so that I can give my entire party Vigilant Strike for what ends up being about 30 something odd seconds. We've got a pair of Shaper's Touch, of which I have double corrupted a few of them so far, and will continue to double corrupt them until I get something useful. Level 20 Precision, 21 Wrath, 21 Anger, 21 Generosity. This is where we handed out most of our damage. On here we've got level 3 Cast on Damage Taken, level 11 Molten Shell, and a level 20 Clarity, just to use up a bit more mana. You'll notice I've got 15,000 energy shield without armor, rather, without flask up. With flask up I'm at 30,000, so that Molten Shell is doing a lot of work. We have a Prism Guard with a Vile Discipline, a Determination, and a Haste. On softcore I would drop the Determination and I would be running Grace, but that's only because my carry has a Queen of the Forest on, and that would speed him up. You should always adjust your auras according to the party you're playing with. So important, this helmet. Now I crafted the reduced mana reservation with a bound fossil and a dense fossil onto this helmet to make a decent helmet that had reduced mana reservation. However, the enchant, it's not important what the enchant is. It can be any of the auras you've got on except clarity and precision, because they don't reserve enough, as long as it's an uber lab enchant. So people get really confused about that. They see things and they're like, oh, it must have a purity mana reservation. It wouldn't matter if it was a discipline one, an anger, a haste, a wrath, anything. It can be any of them as long as it's an uber lab enchant, and you will always get the same amount of mana back. So any enchant base you can pick up and then craft that with a 5% mana reserved, and you are good. So the other thing is I crafted this weapon with just a bound fossil auras from your skull gap, 2% increased damage for you and your allies. Honestly, it's not that important, that. And right now I've got an ephemeral edge right here, which I will lose clarity when I put it on, which loses me energy shield. You'll see I still go up to 11.6. And if we chuck clarity back on, 11.8 with ephemeral edge. So in a more hardcore environment, or in a more dangerous environment, this is what I would be wearing probably. But for now, I don't need that because we're just farming for a headhunter. So yeah, that's not needed. When I got 2 maps about 3 days ago, I was dead broke, and I mean dead broke, to the point where my carry, Blakey, bought my Chevron's wrappings and my Syntrack and crafted my helmet for me because I had nothing. Now I'm looking at we're not splitting our loot evenly as we're MFing. We're just, everyone picks up whatever they pick up. It's fine. And we're putting it all into getting the carrier headhunter anyway. So it doesn't matter who's got it. So just my share here, I'm sitting on 8x, 340 chaos. I've got a dump tab full of yesterday's shenanigans. We've got a fuse tab full of fuses we're trying to sell. Basically, if we were to sell all of our fuses, we've got enough to buy 2 doctors right now, on top of the one we've already found. So we're just a little over halfway. Not over, just a little under halfway. We're just a little under halfway. We found 2 split beasts, which honestly, if you were to buy this split beast in hardcore, you would literally be printing money. I don't understand why it hasn't sold. It's way underpriced. We ended up with this double corrupted one, which is pretty cool, which hopefully someone will want at some point. And we've had a few other decent drops, Taste of Hates and things like that we've sold along the way. We started with Glacier, and we set that up on my Atlas, and we were just doing Glaciers for a while, but that got kind of boring, and we've got full quantity, so we've ended up over on Blakey's Atlas with a Burial Chambers that's just a white tier Burial Chambers that we're just out and going because we get to find doctors, and that's fun. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Everything else is not important. We've just gathered as much chaos res as we can to be chaos res capped on all of our pieces, just to cover that real quick. You'll see all my reses are well over cap. So yeah, real quick glance at the tree because the servers are going down. I will link the path of building in the description, but basically I've only got 2 of these so far. The next level I will have enough points to get another dual socket. I'll put a 3rd one in. Grand Spectrums are not worth using when you've only got 1 slot. Barely worth using when you've got 2, and become very good when you've got 3. So we'll be doing that. I've got Elemental Equilibrium and Avatar of Fire, so that no matter what, i.e. against fire. Taking Zealot's Oath is important. All of the aura stuff, more aura efficiency, effect, more aura effect, the Vigil Crimson Jewel, and then just converting as much life away to mana as we can, which is how we've got so much energy shield. This is in pretty average gear. We really haven't spent a lot on the support. My main people have asked, why are you supporting in a tier 5 map? Why do you even need a support in a tier 5 map? And the answer is he doesn't. You don't need a support in a tier 5 map. A MF carry can do a tier 5 map all on his own. However, I make him go faster, I make the start of the map faster, and I loot 70 to 80% of all of the stuff that drops, which means he doesn't have to stop. It's all about speed. So I'm bringing the quant bonus of just being in the party, and anytime there's something remotely dangerous going on, I become glued to him for safety because he's a very squishy character, but anytime there's not something dangerous going on, I'm just running around behind him like a scream behind, just picking up loot off the floor like candy, just like, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. That's my whole build right now. The idea is to get a headhunter, and then we will move into 5-way Legion battles, which we will also do carries for if anybody wants them on hardcore, as soon as we finish farming our headhunter. So you'll see we're up to level 92 now, which is quite disgusting considering we've never left white maps, but that's fine. Yeah, we will spend maybe another 4 exalts on this support when it becomes time for 5-way battles, and that's about it. So yeah, I've been having fun. I don't mind playing support at all, and you can level with Stormbrand is all of the takeaway you need from here. Alternatively, if you really hate Stormbrand, Herald of Agony will also level you fine. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Thank you very much. I am Bela Mage, and I will see you all later.